Alright, welcome back to Sonic Lost World. In this video, we're going to do more stuff. We've completed a challenge for Omochao, which means we've unlocked a shield. I won't use it. I don't use any of the items like that in this game. This is a circus. It pretty much nets you rings. Sometimes it'll get you some animals. The animals are kind of important in this game. If you don't have enough animals, you won't be able to unlock some of the levels down the road. It works kind of like the Moon and Sun medals in Sonic Unleashed, which is not a good thing because the Sun and Moon medals were probably the worst part of Unleashed, and they were just tedious to collect if you didn't have any. So, yeah, unfortunately that is also a gameplay mechanic in this game where if you don't have enough of something, you can't play the next level. For the most part, though, they aren't that annoying to get as long as you just keep collecting them in the levels, so... Also, there is a timer. I think it's only on the gamepad, though, which is weird, because you can't actually see it on the screen right now. But we collected 265 little animal buddies. I think for the most part they're flickies, so, you know, that's a thing. So, let's start the next level. I pointed that out, that's a bonus level. I'll show that off in a bonus video. But here we go. Windy Hill Zone 3. This level can be kind of annoying. I don't get dizzy when I play video games, like, ever, but this one can actually dizzy me. And just because I can't let this one guy go, I need to kill him as well. Like, this is a cool level. I think it's one of the better, designed levels in the game. Just because it's got kind of a cool gimmick to it, but I'm still not a big fan. Like I said in the first video, I'm one of the people who falls in the camp of this game is good, but it's just got a whole ton of problems. So here we have Laser, a returning color from Sonic Colors. Works pretty much the same, only this time you control it with the touchscreen. Pretty much exactly the same. So here you need to run on the ceiling to avoid the boulders, because you're kind of controlling the way this thing is rotating. I can't really explain it that well, but if you play it, you'll know. Here's a red ring in this little guy here. If you jump and press Y when there are no enemies around, you will do a bounce attack, just like in Sonic Adventure 2, which is pretty neat. It's cool that returned. It was in Sonic 06, but the less we talk about that game, the better. Let's see, I doubt this is gonna work. Will it work? Oh, wow, it actually did work. I, for some reason, thought I was just going to hit the boulder. Another annoying thing about this game is that there's no camera. Like, right now, if I wanted to go backwards, I would have to walk backwards. Sonic would be facing the camera, walking toward the camera, and you'd have to work with the camera, and if there's a bottomless pit there, you'll never know until you fall into it. And that is one of the more annoying aspects of this game. You don't know what's coming until it happens, because there's no goddamn camera. It only works forward. But, there's no real reason to have a camera, but still, it's one of those things it's useful. So here's a really annoying red ring to get. I'm going to see if I can get it. It's because, again, you need to know how to use the parkour system, and that's not really the greatest thing. You have to know how to run on walls and transition from walls like that, but that one can be really annoying if you don't know how to use the parkour. I barely know how to use the parkour. I have a very tenuous grasp on how to use the parkour. These bells, if you keep pushing them along, eventually they will give you something. Most usually it's a red ring. I think sometimes they'll give you a 1-up, but for the most part, it's usually a red ring. And again, you just need to avoid the balls. Although, Sonic is still being voiced by Roger Craig Smith, aka Chris Redfield, so if need be, he can just punch those boulders. Yeah, the voice cast from Colors returns, and again, the story is one of my favorite parts of this game. All the cutscenes are really, really entertaining, and the writer that they got to write this game, Colors and Generations, is a keeper, and if they ever get rid of their writer or this voice cast, I'm going to be very upset, because I think it's the best thing that's happened to the series for quite a while. And now we're going to go do another circus thing just to show it off. And also, this video would probably be very, very short if I didn't do this. I do like the music in these things here. Sometimes they won't just give you Sonic, they'll also give you Tails, and that's kind of annoying. But yeah, this certainly is a thing. It kind of reminds me of the mini-games that were in Super Mario 64 DS, but they didn't really, like, impact the game at all. If you pop the big blue balloons, I think they give you animals, like more animals. So try and get them. And try and break through to the top row, and you'll get a lot of animals. Like, a lot. Oh, see, there's Tails. Now I'm just, trying to end this quickly. But here we go, next level, and this cutscene's great because Sonic has a pretty cool troll face.
I've been looking for you, Baldy McNosehair. Who are your friends?
Friends? These are nobody's friends. They are the Deadly Six, and they are your worst enemies. Zaz, show this blue pest how you do things up here.
With pleasure. I've been itching for a fight all day.
I think you're itching because you need a bath.
Are you disrespecting me?
Maybe.
I love his face there.
I'd love to stay and watch him disassemble you, but I have business to attend to.
I know the perfect spot to take care of you.
That's funny, because I know the perfect spot to kick you.
So again, I said it in the first video, but every world is set up pretty similarly. The first level's an introduction, second level's an introduction to the boss, third level is kind of like anything goes, and this one, the fourth level, is usually your final showdown with the boss of the world. I kind of wish that they'd like switched it up a little bit, but this is pretty much the way that the entire game will go. And it can make every world kind of feel samey, and that's kind of annoying. If you go up here, there's some springs. This will get you to a red ring and a animal capsule, so that's always good. There's your red ring.
Yes, that little punk. I've been dreaming about pounding his sorry blue butt.
That is a line that could have worked out a little bit better if it was reworded. I've been dreaming about pounding his blue butt. I think is just a little wrong to say. Oh, they're sleeping. Ooh, the little sheep. But yeah, that's one of those sentences that's stuck out to me as like, what were you thinking, guys? How'd you let that line stay in there? Again, soundtrack in this game is sextastic. If you jump over that sheep and then go through here, you should get another red ring. And again, more little animal buddies. This level does look a lot like the second level, which again is a problem that I have with the game, is that the levels, there aren't many level designs that are like really interesting to me. There are a few in World 2. World 2 probably has two of my favorite levels in it, but we'll get to that when we get to that in the next video. I will say one thing. By this point, my Super Mario 3D World videos should have been started to go up, and I talked about it a little bit there, but Super Mario 3D World is a better game than this, but there are more levels in this game that I would say are good. Like, Super Mario 3D World, I legitimately can't tell you, like, what my favorite level in that game is, because I don't think I have one. I don't think there are any, like, great levels in that game. Just the whole game on the whole is really great. If that makes any sense. Like, the levels in Super Mario 3D World are forgettable, but when you're playing them, they're really fun. But there are levels in this game that I go and say, yeah, that was a really, really fun level. So that's what I have to say about those two games. Like, right now, I would much rather be playing Super Mario 3D World, but hey. At least this game has a better story than 3D World. But 3D World also has better bosses, better level design, just better overall. I'm just gonna go play Super Mario 3D World right now. If you jump over here, you can get some rings. If you miss that thing there, you can get a life. This game's pretty abundant with lives, but at the point that I recorded this, which was like back when this game first came out, getting 100 rings does not net you another continue. However, the update that they just released in the beginning of December, which is when I'm recording this commentary, they pretty much fixed that, so every 100 rings you get a continue, and that's not so bad.
Alright, we good to go or what, Tails?
I've built a TV out of paper clips.
Yeah.
And reprogrammed a supercomputer using dishwashing detergent and a toothpick.
I know.
So look, fixing a propeller on a biplane? That's about as difficult as taking a nap.
Okay, I didn't need your whole life story. A simple good to go would have been cool.
All right. Good to go!
Cool!
Again, I love the cutscenes in this game. Tails actually has a personality. And, this game is so good. Well, the cutscenes are good anyway. So, that's it for World 1. Yep, there are only 4 levels per world, and next we're gonna play one of my least favorite levels in the entire game.